Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
Smile Design Studios. Smile Design Studios, family and cosmetic dentistry, offers numerous treatments meant to maintain, heal, and customize your smile. Call us today at 281-969-7388 or visit our website at www.sdshouston.com.
Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
What up, what up? Welcome back to That Boom Bap. I'm your host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Of course, good people. You can find me anywhere online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, snappity chatting my ass off at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. And I'm sitting here as usual with my main man, Reem. What up? Caribbean Reem and shit like that. Cuban Reem. What's up, brother? How you feeling, man?
Excited, man. I ain't been here in a minute.
You goddamn haven't, man.
And then,
you've been vacationing your ass off. I just want to be like you, B.
Nah. I want to be like you.
No, sir.
Nah,
None.
you the one chilling with Sway, you know?
Nah, I mean, hey,
I'd have cut one day off my trip to go chill with Sway.
It's just good people, bro. That's all that is. It's just good
shout
people.
Out to Sway and Universe and everybody up there, man.
They're doing their thing. Shout out to Kelly, man. She makes the shit happen behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
But, it's once again, brother, it's always a good feeling to be at this table with you because real hip-hop happens here on That Boom Bap.
Yes, sir.
And I'm always excited to be in the good graces of people simply because when you usher in that right spirit of hip hop, when you usher in that dexterity, when you usher in people who have persevered, who have been through the trials and tribulations, that shit stands out, not just on interviews, but the shit stands out in people's artwork.
I like when you take the long scenic route.
You like that shit?
You know what I'm saying? You show the
I play around with it a little bit. That's how you gotta paint the picture.
I just go straight for the juggler. Man, be like, I fucks with those who walk the walk and talk the talk.
Talk about it. Well, do that shit. I'm on your team.
No.
What you talking? Where you at?
Yo, I'm telling you, man.
Where you at?
Listen, I'm rusty. You need to go ahead and run with
I hear you.
Go over and get my stretches in.
Oh, God damn it. But there are times, man, that I want to vibe out. I want to be around something that takes me back to the essence.
Yeah.
Something that pulls at my heartstrings in a way that most of the shit I hear on terrestrial radio cannot.
Speak on it.
And when I want those things, I know where to go. And that's right to the HUE.
Yes, sir.
Welcome,
yes, sir,
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
The HUE right here on That Boom Bap. What's up,
good, y'all?
What up?
What an awesome introduction.
Y'all. I was gonna say the intro was like.
I will go on the road with y'all. I will do whatever.
We'll do this
shit. Warehouse Live. I will be there. We can open up.
I want to find out more about the HUE.
We need to reherse. Did we miss anything? Any special shout outs or something we needed to drop in there?
Just make it plain, man. Make it plain, Pastor. I just lay it out.
I'd like to meet that group one day.
I'm sitting here thinking like, what are we talking about?
Hey, I mean, but
nice. When they coming on the show?
No, but thank y'all for that setup and thanks for having us, man.
No, man,
it's a pleasure to be here.
Shit, it was a pleasure to have you, and that's the way it's supposed to be. I think that there should be more platforms that embody the essence of what hip hop truly talks about, what people truly live throughout their walk, their daily activities, and that shit doesn't happen often enough. So we're thankful just to have you all in our presence because that commonality is here.
And
Thank
y'all for being connected, man. The people need to be connected to the culture, man. From the ground to the terrestrial to everywhere, to the cyber. You know, so man, thanks for being that link.
Cyber. That's what we live in, B.
Absolutely.
We cyberspace in this shit. Yes, sir.
Had to make sure I get my Facebook game and everything
Get that
on
shit
it and share it. So, yo, everybody that's tuning in, make sure that y'all share this shit. Like my man say. I feel
Yes,
like I took
indeed,
your line
man.
from you.
And remember, no, you straight. Remember, folks, so those that are tuned in right now on Facebook Live, we're only live for the first 15, 20 minutes or so. We might extend it a little bit for y'all today, but y'all got to holler at us during the Facebook Live. And, of course, we're going to be sharing that out. And make sure you get that to your family and friends, people that are out here right now that want to have that conversation with the HUE. And I love that name, so I often say it. And sometimes, shit, I'll be spelling Houston. I accidentally spell it with the E in there because I'm just so accustomed now, you know, whether it's the merchandising, whether it's the concept, whether it's the artwork from past albums, things like that truly stick out, that bring about the whole essence.
Wait. I can't believe we got this far. We need intros, man.
Of course.
Y'all gotta run it down the line, man. And please introduce yourselves.
Breaker 2-1, breaker. This your man Savvy, 1/3 of the HUE Collective.
I don't have any fancy
Nothing fancy
things to say at front, but I'm Alicia. Peace, y'all.
And I'm a Libra, y'all.
Like long walks on the beach.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm equality. I'm 1/3 of the HUE. I'm one of the MCs.
That's what it is, my G.
Absolutely. So, you know, I always want to take it back, right? And I'm probably going to ask a couple of questions that y'all have heard a million times. So let's just get all that out of the way,
Sound
right? First up to bat is basically, how did the group come about?
What I'm gonna start with this. The HUE has a mission statement, so I'm gonna get a little bit corporate for a second.
Let's do it.
And that'll probably set the tone of what the HUE is about, you know, sonically and musically. So the HUE's mission is to explore the creation of music and sounds with zero boundaries, with no boundaries. So that means that every project that the HUE has done has been a collaboration. We're reaching out and bringing in new sounds on each project. So our first project was a project called Aurora. It was a mixture, a blending of two groups. It was a fusion. And then this current project that we're putting out right now was we reached out to Georgia Ann Muldrow, so she produced the entire project. So, so everything is intentionally a different sound, a different vision each project. So
I'm a strong believer of when you get a chance to rock with one producer for a project. Let me back up a little bit. I feel like one of the things that made hip hop so dope in the 90s, and it was MCs, but it was producers as well.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? And each producer strived to have a totally different sound. You know, it was just it was just no love if your tracks, if you was premiere, you sound like RZA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if you could be mistaken by somebody else. So I do respect the fact that, a lot of the sounds that we had before were so dope because they came from dope producers. And then we started to realize a pattern, on our show over the last 2 years that the projects that were coming out that had one producer rocking them, they were coming out really, really dope. So, what was your experience like just dealing with this one producer for this entire project?
It's a continuity in the sound. And I think that's what we'll be striving for in future projects, building and doing projects with one specific producer and then putting it out. Because it gives the music a continuity. A lot of times you get all these different producers, and in hip-hop now it's like, oh, I want this kind of sound, so I call up DJ Premier. Oh, I want this kind of sound, so I call up DJ Mustard. And then when you listen, it kind of goes back to the times when they had like the girl song, the club song. So now you got the producer that makes the this song, the DJ Mustard song, or the this type of song, or the this type of song, and it's not as fluid as it used to be, and the continuity gets broken up. So with just having one producer, you get that sound, and it challenges us as writers, as singers, as MCs to be able to channel our energy to that track.
Yeah, I think it gives you a true body of work, like an actual body. So you got your head, your arms, your chest, everything is connected from the same source. Again, like you said, we went through this era, especially like just in modern music or music in general, where, like you said, people like brought the hottest producers from each segment to make a whole album. I'm from the era where I listen to vinyl, like I listen to whole albums. I like to put it on, I like to let it play from the top to the bottom. I really think the best, material in general usually comes from when there's a consistent flow of the producers who actually work on the record. If there's one set of producers who produce and have that bond with the actual artist when they're working with them.
I agree with that shit wholeheartedly, because when you get people from everywhere, you end up with a album that's supposed to be full of hits, right? But not something that can be cohesive, that can really tell a story. And I think that as we get a bit older and a bit more mature in hip hop, we're looking for stories to be told. We're looking to dive a bit deeper into the artistry, not just to make the club jump or to do this or do that. So pointed, but something that we can really flow with. It's art. At the end of the day, it's fucking art, and that's what we want.
Yeah, it depends on your intent. You know?
When you think about like we're talking a lot about like the era that we came from, but that's kind of that's the core of all of this. That particular way of making albums is old now. It's out the door unless you're a major artist, right? So if I'm a major artist and I got major wheels turning, then we can go and we can shop 7 million different producers and pick the dopest singles from each producer. But when you talk about independent artists, independent records, it's all vibe. It's about telling a story. So then you find a producer that you vibe with, like we did, and y'all want to tell the same story. And so then they tell their part of the story in the music, and you tell your part of the story in the lyrics and the melody. So.
And when we work with these people, we talk to them. It wasn't just like, oh, here, take these beats and go home. You sit down and you talk to them.
It's a meeting first.
Yeah, so you get to know the person.
Yeah.
So that makes it cool too. That's part of the one. If you got 7 different tracks or 15 different tracks, you can't sit with all of those people. But when you got one producer, you can sit down and y'all can just kind of talk, not just on the music, but just talk about life in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That connection.
Yeah, no doubt.
Got to get connected.
So I got to drag y'all back a little bit so we could continue to move forward.
Yeah.
One of my favorite joints is Slick, and it's not even because of Lady Mecca. Shout out to Ladybug. Shout out to you.
For real, fire though.
You are still fire. Word.
Shooting your shot, man.
Not at all. I am barred up. I am super married. Shout out to you, Melinda. Hey, baby. So with the joint Slick, I thought it was really dope from a production standpoint, and I love how everybody played a part. Everybody's rhymes was real dope. It was so smooth. And then I got a chance to listen to Aurora. Obviously, I'm a fan. Right? You know what I'm saying? I rock this T-shirt out of town all the time. I rap my people, and it fit right along with every other song on the album. The way the album is arranged is really dope. But just for a moment, I like to revisit that record with y'all and just walk me through the creative process on that.
Yeah, it was inspired by the Diggable Planets. The rebirth of Slick.
Yeah.
The cool like that. So that was the inspiration, and then we had the track first. I want to say back, was that an HISD song originally?
Yeah, I think it was originally. Yeah.
Back when we had the group, the HISD, the Houston Independent Spit District.
So you talking about the track, right? So y'all was sitting on that for a while then.
Yeah, well, before we had the group that did the Slick, that version of the HUE, that song originally was for HISD.
Gotcha.
Before we made the album with the HUE.
Right.
But just to be brief, we got the track, and it was just one of those deals where I don't know if we got the track totally complete. It may have been just like a little skeleton, and we had the idea, and we just kind of rapped, and we all had our verses and just tried to tell a story.
Yeah, so I'll piggyback off of what E just said. So yeah, one day this instrumental lands in our inbox, because that was kind of usually one of the ways that we started our process back in the day. And the MCs got the instrumental, and I remember hearing it. I was like, man, this sounds real jazzy. It has a feel to it. And I was like, man, why don't we try to like do an interpretation? Like, what would Diggable Planet sound like in 2015, 16? Like, how can we do our own HUE interpretation and pay homage, not mimic it, but pay homage to that sound and that style, or whatever, which was definitely one of our influences. And so from there, the group was receptive to that idea, and we like, even if you listen to the rhyme patterns, it's not like any of our other rhyme patterns, because it's like the
a jazzy swing.
It's a very jazzy, and actually it's a simplified flow compared to like how many syllables we usually use per bar and all that kind of stuff. It was very intentional with the way that the wordplay and the words were stretched out and how they were hitting with the track and stuff like that. Even with the hook. Yeah. That's how we do. That's how we do. That's how
cool
we
like
do.
That.
Cool like that. So it's like kind of like, let's turn it around or whatever, and bring that feel and that vibe back. I mean, just actually we thought it was just gonna be an album cut, just something just to kind of get to be on that record or whatever. But there was like the reception to it was so dope. It was just like, okay, man, people were really feeling that more than some of the other stuff. And just so happened we had a mutual friend who knew Ladybug Mecca, and we was like, man, what if we could get somebody from Diggable Plants? And didn't think it was gonna happen. It was like totally like a stretch, right? And so
she was a fan.
So turns out she knew about us already, and we didn't know that. And she was like, man, I DJ and I play some of y'all records in my sets.
Yeah.
And so, man, it was just a love thing, man, and it just kind of came through like that. So so you're just thinking something like this cannot happen, and it actually happened just by kind of putting that energy out in the universe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, I think that's really dope, man.
Bro,
are we blowing past the?
No, you're fine.
Bills?
I'm the HUE is in the building. I'm just taking it all in. You start hearing these stories, and you just want to sit back and listen and take. How does that feel to you all when you have someone that's connected in a way to your music that you had no idea that you're? Give me that feeling.
Man, it blows your mind, because we always say, man, we started doing this before the social media era, before you could really capture and get, like, I come from the era of actually manually going to venues, having a sheet of paper, here's a list, write your name, write your email. Like, and I have to go back home after the show, read about 50 or 60 emails in people's handwriting. I can't read all of them, so so we didn't really capture all the people we didn't know who all was listening to us. Like, you know what I mean? So we kind of got started even before like MySpace, or like during the MySpace era, to where you couldn't really port over your MySpace followers, to like Facebook or to like Twitter or nothing like that.
You know their name. Their name was like Super XL. You was like, damn.
Right. So we feel like we lost track. Like, there were people who like were listening to us and we didn't know who they were.
It was hard to quantify.
It was kind of hard to quantify and stuff like that. But we got the first shout out from like Questlove in like what, 08, 09?
Yeah.
And like I said, that was probably the year Facebook was born.
Yeah. Real
I
rap.
think I had my account since 2000.
So all of those followers, because we got a lot of followers, but then we lost them. I'm not saying lost them, lost track.
Yeah.
Lost track of them or whatever. So just to know that like somebody like Ladybug Mecca, Questlove is like feeling your music, Ninth Wonder, like is giving you a shout out. You like, okay, well, who else is really, checking for us and stuff like that?
Yeah, and
so
some people give us shout outs,
surreal,
but
man.
they do it inside of their head because they don't say it out loud. But then you meet them and you're like, oh, you like our music? Damn. But you never told anybody. A lot of people, like, when you see them, they're like, yo, I didn't even know you.
You knew who I was?
It's like when you was in school and the fly chick, you didn't know that she was digging you too until you stepped to her. And she's like, oh, I've been had a crush on you. And you like, damn.
But the most beautiful thing, man, is like there's a few young artists that we connect with and vibe with in the city, man. And there was a guy who was that we brought into the fold not too long ago, and he was like, man, I used to listen to y'all when I was in middle school. And he was like, I actually drove, y'all name was HIZ, and I drove around to all of the schools trying to actually find y'all.
Yeah. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah. So it's crazy, so that's a whole nother generation. That's like, 10 years of age between us and some of the people who actually listen to us. So to see that our music touched a whole nother generation or two generations, outside of, our, core demographic, to me that like speaks volumes, man. That's like the true blessing.
Absolutely.
That's what's up, man.
All right, let me put y'all on pause so we can pay these bills, because bills don't get paid. We don't
First
keep
of the
lights
month.
on. This portion of the show is sponsored by Smile Design Studios. Smile Design Studios, family and cosmetic dentistry, offers numerous treatments meant to maintain, heal, and customize your smile. If you're not sure what you need, don't worry. Dr. Ellis and her team are happy to meet with you to go over your patient history and goals and offer you professional recommendations. Let Smile Design Studios make you smile. Call us today at 281-969-7388 or check out our website at www.sdshouston.com to schedule your appointment today. All new patients receive a free gift and $50 off your first dental treatment. Smile Design Studios looks forward to providing excellent care for you and your family. Cheer, cheer, cheer. Shout out Dr. Ellis.
Getting in,
I
man.
see
Get
you,
your
homie.
Smile right, man. Y'all playing around with these. Never mind. I ain't even gonna go that shit.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna go there.
Hey man, now
Somebody
we
cut
live
his
in an
mic.
era.
Cut his mic.
Shit.
You can pay for anything to get fixed.
Hey
You know
man,
what I mean? So-
real, bro. Soon we gonna be modifying DNA, man, with CRISPR.
Really?
Get them
Straight
teeth
up.
snatched.
Exactly.
So we hopped into the creative process of that song. Take me through the creative. You know what? Let me stop for a minute. I gotta get on my fan shit because I'm a fan of y'all, and I'm lucky enough to live in the same city and bump into y'all every now and again.
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like
Real.
that's where this is all coming from. So please believe I ain't rehearsed none of this shit. I don't.
all good.
Look, I got bills. I do not have a list of questions. All of this is coming from because I am.
We riding with you,
first.
man. Come on.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
yeah.
So when I listen to Aurora and I keep hopping on the old joint, but the old joint is my shit.
Yeah, it laid a good foundation.
You know, it's dope ride out music for me. You know what I'm saying? It's something that if it's, you know, a little traffic on I-10, I'm trying to make my way downtown, I'm gonna rock to this.
Yeah, that music was made in a weird place for us, but
I want to know.
It came out real dope. You know what I'm saying?
Take us through the process for the album. If you
No.
can.
We don't have anybody censoring us or anything like
Okay.
that. You know, because I want us to also talk about Miss Alicia Miles and how she fits in the fall. So
Absolutely.
we'll take it. We started out as HISD, Houston Independent Spit District. We was like Wu-Tang. It was like 9 of us. It was 4 MCs and 3 producers.
Photographer.
Yeah, photographer. We had all. I mean, man, it was.
Oh,
just-
y'all had it all locked in.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of people to try to, you know, if you go and do a show somewhere, you like, all right, take
Yeah, exactly. But the crew was configured that way intentionally. So basically, it was set up to be completely self-sufficient. So if you was a dope MC, a dope vocalist, or whatever, you didn't have to go and look for producers because you got 3 right here.
Turnkey.
And how's if you're exactly if you're a dope producer, you need people to rock to your tracks and get your tracks out there. They're there. If you need a visual artist, that person is there to kind of create the whole package. And so the group was intentionally built to be able to rock out and, you know, like I said, be true independent.
in the tradition of hip hop. Like you had Boot Camp Click, you had Wu-Tang, you had Organized Noise. You know, even in Houston, you had the South Park Coalition. You had, you know, all these different cliques helping each other out. So we had that in-house. So we started as HISD. Then we lost a member. Then we lost a few producers, and we had to regroup. And then we started working on the next HISD album. And it just so happened we had some mutual people that connected us with Ninth Wonder when he
That was
came
the
down
one
to Houston.
that got cherry on it, right? No, cranberry. is on
Yeah,
it.
Cranberry is on
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd, the HISD
Okay.
joint. So then after we lost a few members from HISD, we lost one of the MCs and lost a couple of producers. So we working on the next album, and then just so happened Ninth Wonder was in town to do a gig in Houston, and we were able to connect with Ninth in the hotel room, and then he kind of helped inspire the HUE because we were working on a new HISD album. And then the producer in our group had another. He was working with another group. So Ninth Wonder was like, y'all should combine those 2 groups. And then that formed the HUE. And that birthed Aurora. But in the process of making Aurora, we had people that left the group.
Okay.
So before y'all heard Aurora, we was a little confused, just like y'all were. It's like we had some Kawhi Leonards, you know. It's like like we in season. It's like okay, are you gonna play? Like are you gonna show up in the playoffs? What
you gonna do?
Like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And so that album came out, and by the time that album was out, we were pretty much. It was kind of down to me and Sav. And just to let y'all know, me and Sav, we went to high school together. We went to college together. It started with me and well, it started with Sal, because Sal put out a CD first, and he used Houston first on a CD, HUESTON, on the Houston Chronicles. And then we started meeting the other pieces, going to different hip hop spots, and then those people started to connect and meet each other. So we've always kind of been the core.
Right.
So then we were kind of, after that Aurora album came out, we couldn't do anything with it because we didn't have the pieces to make it the HUE. That's where this young lady comes in at.
Okay.
And I like to kind of embellish on this little story of
Absolutely.
her coming from HSPVA, the high school performing and visual
Speak on
arts.
it.
She had this tablet. She was writing this deep poetry. I'm really not.
Heavy.
It just sounds so dope. You know, it sounds real poetic.
It looked like it fit.
Real rap. It
But
did.
no, honestly, she
That's someone else's story of
Yeah,
how they
it is.
met
I
me.
just
He just
kinda
liked the
hijacked
way it sounded,
Yeah,
and so he uses it now.
Got
So
it.
someone else met her like that, walking through HSPVA with a tablet doing some poetry. But
He just loves to say that
That
over
sounds
and
like some
over
Harry
again.
Potter shit.
Your eyes
Yeah.
are like the hills.
in order for us to win that championship, man, we needed another player. We needed somebody else to help us get that ring.
Absolutely.
And so that's where Miss Alicia Miles, she stepped up like the Southside G that she is.
So Alicia, are you the shooter or are you the power center? Like, are you the Shaq or are you the Kobe?
I don't know nothing about basketball. You got to find another analogy for me.
Oh, she's the literal shooter.
So,
I was just about to say, I'm the.
She's like, when you say shooter,
That's what he was talking about. I was like, well, she's probably the shooter.
Yeah.
She probably
I ain't
keeps
trying
the
to put.
gas.
I ain't trying to.
she
put-
be
It's
claiming
cool.
it. She
Listen,
claims the
listen.
suburbs of South Park, so we let her make it.
Yeah, it
Listen,
is, man.
I am not trying to put her
South
business out
Lee
here in the
MLK.
street.
That's what it
She
is.
say she from the hood of South Park.
That's where I grew up.
Herschelwood, Hardhead. baby.
Talk about it.
Y'all talk all that hood
South
stuff.
Low. That's how I used to walk those streets.
I think y'all got plantation homes out in South Park.
Ah,
I think she from that part of South Park.
I am now.
But anyway, for the people that's listening, when we say stuff like the HUE, and if they go back and they look at Aurora and they may see some different faces,
Sure.
we just want to let everyone know when we were making that album, we had, other stuff going on, like, just internal
Just real
stuff,
shit. Yeah.
real life stuff. Yeah, but people were dealing with real life stuff.
Yeah.
And me and Sam was like, hey, we got to keep this thing going. And that was family. These people, you're dealing with family members, and family members got to take care of their issues.
Absolutely.
And
I tell you this much, I can respect it because I know of the group, before and current, right?
Yep.
And I also know that I've, never heard any bad blood in the street. Y'all ain't
Yep.
pointing fingers at each other,
Right on.
Nah.
And if it did, it didn't spill out where we all saw it, but
But it is the
was always
truth.
kept
I will
professional
say
with y'all.
this, man, and we've never been able to really, we kind of come from an era where we don't, in hip hop, certain things we keep in house.
Absolutely.
But there is always the truth, and I don't want anyone to ever think that anyone got kicked out of the group. The truth is people left on their own.
Yeah.
And the truth is people with family, brothers and girlfriends, wives, baby mamas, whatever they are. They were all together. We can't, when you're dealing with that dynamic, man, we trying to make the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
That's what it is, man.
And that's what kept us, and that's one thing I hang my hat on, and I'm very proud that, through all of these years of us doing music, we were able to maintain that core and
Yeah.
actually continue to put out consistently. I'm a toot our own horns, man. I think we have the dopest catalog of product in music, period.
Nice.
Let alone from our region. I stand
Yeah.
on it. If you look at that HUE brand, from the packaging to the sounds of the records, we have the dopest product.
yeah, man.
Head to toe, pound for pound, song for song.
Wait.
I don't think there's a catalog.
Yo,
that
Wait,
compares.
hold on.
This dude's like he about to get in a box
wait,
of
wait,
rings on this
nah,
shit.
hold
Rumble,
on.
young man, rumble.
I don't want to wait.
I gotta get my Kanye on real quick. I gotta
Yeah.
talk my shit, man, because
don't
people
wanna
not gonna
wait
give you
till
the
the
credit.
show.
unless
Yeah,
you
man.
claim it. Yeah.
Tell them where to cop that shit from now.
Make sure you go to peaceofmind.com, peaceofmine.com to get that HUE catalog. Go
Thank
do
you.
your homework.
And the
It
word
goes back.
catalog,
It
man,
goes back.
catalog,
Take your
catalog.
time with it. You ain't gonna get it in one day.
I mean, they talk about Houston and they talk about MCs, and I know everybody got their Earl of Goat, Man of Goat stories of playground legends and how they rap and this and that. But where they catalog at? Where they vinyl at? Where they music at? And I'm not talking about album sales and all that. I'm saying a catalog of music to where I got a son. He's 13.
Yeah.
When he's 33 or when he's 40, he can tell his homeboys, my dad had a catalog Not my dad was the greatest rapper that never recorded.
Right.
Yeah.
Greatest rapper y'all never heard.
Never
Right.
heard.
There's a lot of plays.
You can cut it on.
There's a lot of playground legends. There's only a few,
But those
legends in the
playground legends do inspire.
Absolutely.
Like they inspire cats that are in the league. So it's cool to always, and I'm just speaking metaphorically, to have that balance where you can go and you can make a song, but at the same time you can rhyme.
Yeah, check the track record. It's no scratches.
And-
That was
and-
a bar right there, by the way.
Yeah, and to let y'all know, Alicia didn't just come out of the clouds. She was doing her own thing as well, and that's how we linked up.
Yeah.
And I think that when y'all have, as I've seen you all, especially out and about, I saw what happened down at the Alley Theater. That shit was
Yes.
Yeah.
fire.
Yes.
Hey, that was
Let's relive
historic.
that.
That was historic.
Yeah.
That was
I
dope.
want to
Yeah.
see if we can get our hands on some footage of that and just kind of add that some B-roll at some point, because that shit was beautiful.
I took a lot of pictures.
Beautiful.
Shout out to Brother Songo. Yeah.
That was dope. And obviously we've seen that manifest now into today, which brings us to this new hit that is scorching
Very
the
dope.
cyberspace, as we mentioned earlier,
yes,
man.
Sir, yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit, or actually, let's just watch a little bit
Yeah. Can we get into
of
that?
Keep On. What's up? Let's rock out with this joint real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to witness is the latest illustration from the HUE,
Roll it.
entitled "Keep On."
On fire like the Georgia Mass Choir, we keep on singing.
Keep on swinging,
Keep on hustling,
keep on singing,
keep on moving.
keep it Houston.
On fire like the Georgia Mass Choir, we keep on singing.
Keep on swinging,
Keep on pushing,
keep on singing,
keep on moving.
keep it Houston.
Keep on singing, keep on banging my songs. They keep on praying so long. Ain't nothing changing between the black and the blues and the hues. We keep on swinging, strange fruit fall close to the root. Hear what I'm saying? Like they preaching to the same folks they singing with. Space City Choir got that fire, can they keep it lit? One day this preacher asked me, Savvy, where's the leadership? Said, Pastor, if I tell you I'ma need my 10%. It's the new speaker of the South, speaker speaking in tongues. Somebody put him on the horn with Minister Farrakhan. Somebody put him on the horn with Bishop the Don once. But speaking of the South, how they keeping it going from Wheeler Avenue on to Brentwood on Brook Hollow, St. John's, Antioch, rocking on Fifth Ward, Missionary Tabernacle, keep it going. Windsor Village, Miles Chapel, CME, keeping on Mount Zion, AME, Calvary, pimping on Creflo Dollars. You follow some keep singing until the walls break out in the sweat, and the hue is that hot comb on the back of your neck. Sister Yvette, come on. On fire like the Georgia Mass Choir, we keep on singing.
Keep on swinging,
Keep on hustling,
keep on singing,
keep on moving.
keep it Houston.
On fire like the Georgia Mass Choir, we keep on singing. Keep
Keep on swinging,
keep on pushing,
keep on singing,
keep on moving.
keep it Houston. Well then, rewrite when I'm right just to water me down. What's dark comes to light, I don't wear no fake crown. They peek into history and get what they need. Republish me like they the authority. This skin I'm in will always win. It's coated in phosphate, sugar and the nitrogen. React and snap back like my finest hour. Baby, I got all the power. Pour libation and respect the spiritual. Find meaning in your hymnal. Bookmark and sing this again. Ye shall not know. It's like the tree rooted right next to the water, cool breeze. The way I used to slaughter the game, cause you blew it.
Fluid. From Alameda to Lockwood, we roller skate on the rings of Saturn. So 9 eat the zigzag, my cornrow patterns. Kinky comedic, yet hyro alphabetic. Solar connected, poetics. Keep on if you got it, get it.
on fire like the Georgia Mass Choir, we keep on singing.
Keep on swinging,
Keep on hustling,
keep on singing,
keep on moving.
keep it Houston.
On fire like the Georgia Mass Choir, we keep on singing.
Keep on swinging,
Keep on pushing,
Kind of way.
Such a great video, though.
keep it
So
Houston.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, though.
It's that twang in it. It's the way that we sing when we
roll
sing.
back,
It's that slow
first and
how we
foremost, salute
swingin'
to
it.
y'all
It's that
for
funk
this
in the
beautiful
trunk, how we
piece of work,
movin' it.
man.
It's the hue
The visuals on this,
soul and the blues of it.
there's nostalgia in this video. And the first time I watched it, it caught me, and it caught me from a few different places. But before I get into that, let me get into my camera. Facebook Livers, I love y'all. I support y'all. I'm here for y'all. But guess what? We got to cut the show right now on Facebook Live. You've got to go subscribe. So head over to the sphere.tv/boom bap. We've got a few options for you. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, hell, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, Spreaker. We even in your kitchen with your Amazon Alexa. We're anywhere and everywhere podcasts can be found. And of course, while you are on those sites, tell us how you feel about the show. Give us that constructive criticism that we need to build a better show for you all. Iron sharpens iron. So hit those stars, hit those likes. Give us that feedback so we can continue to grow. And, of course, share it out with your family, your friends, your colleagues. Share with your loved ones. Share with your haters. Share with anyone and everyone you know, your baby mamas, everybody.
Go to the dog park.
Exactly. Let them know where they can get that classic and some of the most influential hip-hop that's on That Boom Bap. And last but not least, if you love what we're doing, sow a seed. Go over to the sphere.tv/donate. We got a couple of options for you. You can donate one time right on the website, or if you want some exclusive content that's just for you, head over to Patreon and become a subscription-based donator. And we've got some stuff that only your eyes shall see. So guess what, folks? The show's not ending, but Facebook Live, we will see you next time right here on the Sphere. So let me dive in real deep about this. I'm going to hit this three ways. First and foremost, I grew up in St. John Missionary Baptist Church, 2702 Dowling Street. I grew up in those pews. So when I saw you in there,
look how divine
it took me back in a way that I was not ready for. I did not expect that. I know, right? I know, right? I mentioned it earlier. I named it. There it is. There it is. That's how it was. I'm talking Bible study, BTU.
Building me a home.
Sunday school. It was everything. We was there 4 days a week in that church, man. Then another thing that hit me was Serious Sounds. I mentioned earlier South Lee and MLK. I grew up there. I went to Kelso, Hartman, and Jones. 77 to the 73. Like I'm like that's my tutelage. That's where I this whole me was birthed, you know?
Wow.
So Serious Sounds, I remember buying my first CD out of that store, first CD ever. You know what I'm saying? It always touched me to walk by there, walk in there, sit back, flip back through these CDs that was there, talk with the people working. I don't remember the lady's name working there, but just have those conversations at the time. But I was just a young cat. I didn't know any better. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I didn't know how legendary this location would be.
Yeah.
And just to see all the other places in Third Wards, and it just speaks to your spirit because that's where you're from.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out to Snap, man. That was the director. He did all the camera work. He's an MC as well. He's a legendary MC in Houston. He's an inspiration to all three of us.
Yeah.
For sure. And man, shout out to Marquetta at Serious Sounds for opening her doors and letting us do our thing.
Especially for me, like it, like that's where I'm from. I'm like you. Like I grew up in South Park, Sunnyside. So when we start talking about the concept and how we were gonna do things, I was like, I mean, Third Ward, like I fuck with Third Ward. You know what I'm saying? Heavy. Like that's where my people at. But can we go to my hood when I shoot my part? Can I shoot on MLK?
Why not?
So that was kind of like really important for me to be able to showcase that part of where I grew up right there, you know.
So I gotta ask you this: how early in the morning did you do that shot where you laid out and your hair's laid out?
Oh man,
it had to have been early in the morning.
About 9 o'clock.
Okay.
It was about 9
no way
o'clock.
after 1:30.
Facts. Not in Houston. Not in Houston. Yeah, it was about 9 o'clock. It was funny because the shrine that was at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. And so the shrine isn't usually empty. The parking lot is never empty at the shrine. So it's very interesting to get there and the parking lot be empty and to have all this space to just kind of do what we wanted. And of course people kind of start showing up eventually. And you know our people, you know, they show us. Some of them show up, they trying to be in the video. Some of them trying to see what's going on. Some of them trying to put you out the parking lot. Like it's real interesting to kind of see the vibe. And then like he said, Marquetta, who was just like, she's dope in general. So she was a really good sport. We stopped like I was on my way to Burger Park.
Okay.
And I was gonna shoot at
Talk
Burger
about
Park.
it.
You feel me? So
Man,
gonna
all
shoot
this
at Burger
Southside
Park.
reminiscing, man.
Man, get them slushies. Come on, man.
I
You
was gonna
see?
shoot at Burger
Someone
Park.
cue Ashanti Southside over
I'm
there.
just real rap.
No, excuse me. Someone cue
Get some
Kiki,
Get
little
some
Kiki
Southside
Southside.
over
We
there.
shocking and
Kiki,
rocking.
all
We
you
shocking and rocking. But yeah, so we were gonna shoot Burger Park, and I was like, well, let's stop, at Marquetta's. Let's stop at Serious Sounds first and see if she's down, because I didn't clear with her first.
Yeah.
So I walked in and I was like, hey, we'll shoot a video. Is it okay if we do this? She was just like, hell yeah, like absolutely, go ahead. I was like, bet. See, this is why I am where I am. This is why I'm from where I'm from. And she was giving us like all kind of really cool stories about the architecture over in South Park, and how she had like street signs, and it used to be called South Park Boulevard before it was MLK, and like all kind of crazy stuff. But it really kind of came back to that, like, for you to say that, it's like, okay, the goal for the video was met. Like, it's really,
Exactly.
like, it's because it's hard to believe that people who sound like me, people who sound like them are from Houston.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so,
Definitely.
and that's kind of always the uphill battle. Like, you don't act like you from Houston. I don't rap like y'all from Houston.
That's
You don't
the beauty.
sing like you from Houston. But it's like, to be able to say, like, yeah, I'm a weirdo, but I'm still from South Park. Like,
Yeah.
don't get it twisted. Like,
No. We're going to keep you
The
rolling. We're
dexterity.
going to keep you rolling. So the next question is, we've heard from these two guys. What do you bring to the table?
What do I bring to the table, man? So it's kind of like they said, like when I met them, like that, I was already an artist, right? I'm a songwriter. I've been singing professionally since I was 14 years old. Shout out to my mama for putting
So
me
that's
on.
like 3 years. That's what's up.
Absolutely, that's it. 10 years max.
Hey, at least get her in adult age.
10
man.
years
You gotta-
max. 10 years max.
Don't make it
But
17. That make us look real creepy.
My bad.
Wine
Got that little
stealing.
17-year-old.
About 5 years.
No, but yeah, so.
But yeah, about 5 years ago.
I've known. Dang. That's all it takes, huh? Dang. Boy, they like me young. So. I've known Savvy for a really long time. I don't even remember where I first met Savvy, but it's like I know a lot of people because I started singing and writing so early.
Yeah.
I know a whole lot of people in the industry that I met when I was a kid. Like, because when I say professionally at 14, like I was signed. I was working at Music World. I was doing shows. We were opening up for Lil Flip. I was writing songs for girl groups, like all this other stuff. So I know a lot of folks by face and have no idea where I know them. There are artists that'll tell you they remember me coming in like the little, I hate to say this in front of him, they remember me coming in the little poetry spots. Like, I remember you from,
Shadowball?
No, we talking about way back.
Paisanos?
Like, yeah, like Paisanos back. What was the other one? Mahogany.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like way back. So, and because I'm a kid, like they were
Muddy
grown
Waters?
or teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was a kid. My
Yeah.
mama sitting right there, like, you gonna get up and do yours, but you gonna sit right here. So, doing that, and I've had the opportunity. I've worked with Andre Harrell. I've worked with Carvin and Ivan, they're responsible for Music Soul Child's career.
Okay.
I work with Nate, the Beatbreaker Robinson. That's Lecrae's MD. I've written songs. I sang background for Lil James. Like, I've done a whole lot of stuff musically, and I'm still working musically independently, as well as with the group. So when I got the call, I'd already because like I said, I know Savvy, so I'd already hijacked the album from him. It wasn't out yet. So I was already low key. I had already listened to it. I was already a huge fan of the record. Like, it was just a dope record. So when I got the call, hey, you want to join the group? I was like, y'all cool with that? 'Cause I'm down,
Yeah.
So we did it, and it was kind of it was a trial thing. We did that first show together downtown at
Was it Warehouse Live?
the HUE.
Oh,
Nah,
that's
but
right,
even
at the
before the
Urban
Humans, we
League,
did
yeah.
that springboard thing.
Oh yeah, the Springboard
That's what I'm
South
talking
thing.
about, yeah.
I forgot all about that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, my memory's bad. I smoke a lot. But yeah, so we did, we did a couple shows. The Warehouse Live wasn't like a whole big old show. With that, we did the Hugh Mass with the band and costumes and everything. And
That was the real introduction.
I was like, yeah, it's a fit. Like, we rocked really hard. The vibe was really good. We were all kind of in sync and everything moved together. And I was like, I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah, it's just been getting better and better. I mean, because you enjoy that album. You like Aurora. If we didn't have Alicia, we wouldn't have been able to give that album the platform that it needed.
Yeah. And it's important for me, I'm a songwriter. So there was, certain aspects because of rights or who wrote what. Like, so it was kind of like there was some situations where it was like, I don't know if we can do this, but I'm like, I'm a songwriter, ain't shit. Play the instrumental, I'll rewrite it. Let's go, you know.
So
like,
I want to ask, when y'all write together. Well, let's break this apart. First, I want to know, do y'all write together? Secondly, I want to say that I wouldn't believe that there's a competitive spirit with y'all. I think it's more of a vibe, and if it fits. Am I right or wrong on that one?
Yeah, our competition is
Absolutely
outside
right.
of the group. Like our competition is the music.
Absolutely.
I compete with trying to impress myself, which is very hard each and every year.
We set goals. We set goals, and we strive to kind of exceed those goals, those personal goals that we set, or personal. We'll listen to a track together. And so we write sometimes together, sometimes separately. So sometimes we'll be in a room together and we'll sit down and listen to a track and be like, okay, so what you thinking? I'm thinking this kind of feel like this. It's kind of about this. Okay, what you thinking? Yeah, I agree. I'm like, okay, I got an idea for this and then a third, and we just kind of get to work. So it's never been a situation where it's like, that was trash. I'm finna smash on you. Like, it's like the spirit is never there.
Yeah, and we don't usually do like a lot of rewriting. How some people, I heard my man verse, I got it one up. I'm like, like what you bring usually is what gets put down was
different flavor, man.
Yeah.
It's just
But
different
80% of our time is spent brainstorming when we're together. It's not really actually creating. It's just like, okay, let's vibe. Let's see what we feel.
Yeah.
Come up with the feeling first, and then we'll usually go to our own corners and bring back to the table, and then we might do some tweaking as we're together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Collaboration.
Yeah.
That's the new competition, man.
Exactly.
And speaking of collaboration, for
I like
those,
that term. That's a good phrase.
hell yeah, you can have that. That's yours, B. That's yours. Speaking of collaborating, for those that are looking to collaborate with the Sphere, we've got some advertising opportunities.
Absolutely.
Right here for you. So, are you starting your business or looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789, or send us an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. But yeah, man, collaboration is the new competition. And of course, y'all are working on something beautiful that y'all have been collaborating on.
Yes.
As we wrap the show up, I want to make sure we dive into that and have that conversation. Let's peel that onion back a little bit. Let's talk about this new project that's coming down the pipe.
First and foremost, man, shout out to Georgia and Mojo. And, she's the person who produced the whole record, the whole project that's coming out. So we got more things coming, but she also brought to our consciousness this term that people throw around now and that people are capitalizing off of, this whole stay woke. Let's thank her for actually giving us that verbiage to put out into the universe or whatever.
Absolutely.
She did that on the Erykah Badu record, The New America. She brought that.
The Master
Teachers, I Stay Woke. Well, that's where we first heard that, man. So when people use that, I just hope they know where it came from. I know a lot of people are taking it and running with it.
Absolutely.
Now and using that as a rallying cry, but let's make sure we honor those who give us these things and bring us these gifts or whatever. So
stay woke and know your history.
Man, hold up.
If you're gonna use woke, at least know your history.
To know who started it.
Yeah, so but for this project, man, we just put out the song Keep On, the single. It's out there. It's available everywhere. It's on iTunes. It's on Google Play, Spotify, Tidal. So all digital music platforms. You can go and pick that up. We got some more things coming. That's just the beginning. Oh my God,
that's what's up. Because I feel like from and the reason why I wanted to start with the earlier projects, the earlier singles, is because now that we understand the backstory, right? It feels like this is y'all real start. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it feels good.
This is the bottom here. Like that first thing, the first album that y'all did together. It was a test drive. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got the license to ride out, and this is what we're gonna get. Can we get a little bit of it? Like, can we get an idea of what to expect, or are we gonna keep this wrapped up pretty tight?
No, the album is called Colored Only. That's the album title.
That's dope.
And that kind of came from just when you look at appropriation, how people say.
Talk about it.
Nowadays, man, if you had a colored only fountain, everybody would want that. Now everybody wants the black now. Everybody wants to come through our door.
Don't
Everybody
nobody
wants to
wanna
sit where
be
we
black.
sit at. So now, like
Be black, but
the
you
colored
don't
only section is like the cool section now. Like everybody wants to play our music. Even in the you go to the places where they don't want you, but they want your music.
Talk about it.
So they may not let
Facts.
you in, but they playing your music. So now the little kids are coming home and they listening to hip hop and this, and then the little Miley Cyruses and all of them.
Right.
They want that colored only. They
He
want
means
the
little
stuff
white
that,
kids.
Yeah, all of them.
You little European Americans.
Yeah. And so we want our music to just be a reflection of that. We have a black woman that's producing it, Georgianne Mordro, which you don't hear about a lot of black women producing the music.
You don't. Big up.
And then you have us being from the South, being from Houston, and we finally were able to put out a video to really, really show Houston on the canvas that
That's
we
a hell
always
of a
wanted to
start.
show it on. I mean, we've always referenced Houston in our music, but when you're working with a lot of people, it's hard to get the ideas out there to get everyone on the same page. So now it's consolidated to us three, and now everything is more fluid.
Absolutely.
The ideas come, and we put the music out. But yes, it's colored only, and we're doing it like a track at a time. A lot of times we come up with ideas, and then somebody else does it first. So we got to kind of claim it. Before Kanye was doing the 7 things, we had already had an idea that we were only going to do like 6 or 7 songs. But our thing is we're releasing them. And we got to say it, because if somebody else does it, it's going to look like we
You got to put your stamp on it.
So we're releasing a song at a time.
Okay.
The video with it. So then at the very end, you can come and you'll have the whole thing. Because right now, if we put an album out tomorrow, 2 weeks later, nobody cares about it.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you put a song and you can work that song, then put out another song, and then you can work that song, and then put out another song.
Drip campaign that thing.
For sure.
All the way up.
And I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like I said before, I am fans of y'all first, friends of y'all second.
Man, appreciate that, bro.
And in that order, when it comes to this hip hop shit, I am a purist, B. I am super fucking pure. Like, you have to earn
Hey,
my
man, it's in the
respect.
title,
You gotta
man.
earn
That Boom Bap.
that fanatic.
Just FYI,
Absolutely.
we do have a special announcement for the Boom Bap.
What we got?
We actually have a blast from the past. So our first group project ever is getting the vinyl treatment. It is coming to vinyl. Our distributor has a passion for that record and wanted to see it coming to fruition. So the district, HIZ, the district,
our
will be
first
here
verse.
on vinyl
Yeah.
next month.
Congratulations.
So be looking out for that,
Nice.
man. So our whole catalog pretty much is on vinyl at this point.
That's
yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
gotta
that
feel
completes.
good.
Yeah.
That's what we say, the catalog, man. Shout out to Germany, man. Like we get a lot of love in Germany.
Absolutely.
That's
for
what's
sure.
up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Expand Up Records, man. Shout out to y'all for holding us down on that vinyl tip.
Yeah.
That's what's
And
up.
then I would say
Congratulations,
this.
y'all.
Our live show is probably one of the best too. We always strive to have
Yeah.
a good, dope live show.
I've been there.
Hell yeah.
It is. Word
I
up. You ain't
love
got to
live
question
music, man. That shit is fire.
So yeah, live vocals, live singing. You know, it's live. It's
Word.
all
Speaking
live.
of which, we got a few different opportunities to catch us live coming up.
Talk about it,
August
please.
15th. That's a Wednesday, right? August 15th at the House of Blues.
Nice.
For the Proper Art Social. There's also the Lo-Fi Festivals coming up.
Absolutely.
Now, here's a special.
And this is second annual, right?
Yeah.
This is the second annual
The
Lo-Fi
first one was
Festival.
dope.
We was
We were
there.
at the
We
first
was at
one.
that
Yeah.
Now, disclaimer is I always give the disclaimer when I talk about the Lo-Fi. That's my birthday weekend, right? So
Oh, it's gonna be fire.
Lo-Fi Festival is secondary.
it's my birthday first, and
Yes.
and for my birthday every year we decided that there would be a music festival. That's how that works.
You know how
That's what we do.
But I cuts up, so
Yeah.
you
know how
don't want to
Drake
miss
has
that show. That's
Drake
the,
has a Houston appreciation
Yeah.
weekend.
Right,
There
exactly.
it
It's
is.
the Alicia Appreciation Weekend.
There
But
it is.
seriously, like I was born on 11/11 at 11/11.
Nice.
Which a lot of people.
Shout out
if you
Scorpios.
listen to my music, you know what's up.
Come on.
But so this year the Lo-Fi is on the 10th, right?
That's
it's
right.
on November 10th this year. Same place.
Same place.
Same
It
place.
just happens to be Veterans Day weekend. So
Okay.
It's always Veterans Day weekend.
That's right.
Going down.
Yeah, we call them OGs.
It's going down over
So
there.
yeah,
man.
that's definitely something you don't want to miss. It's gonna be live.
Yeah, I
It's
also
gonna be a
wanna
lot
say-
of music from the group. There'll be music independently.
Yeah.
Guys are gonna be doing their own solo stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
we working on-
excited.
we working on stuff. Yeah, we working.
And I'll be
Yeah.
sharing some of my solo stuff too. So it'll be pretty cool.
No,
And
Thank
you can
y'all,
always,
fellas.
wherever y'all see
Man,
us, y'all can
thank
get
y'all
these
for
shirts, the
having the
Houston
time.
shirts, man. Make sure y'all don't forget about those.
Yeah.
At myhouston.com, you can go and check out and see what we got in inventory
Yo,
and in stock,
speaking,
man.
you know what? I'm
Yeah.
putting somebody on blast right now. Speaking of t-shirts, who have? Yeah.
You can see it on my face.
Nah,
huh?
all right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah.
All right.
No, you go ahead and go. No,
How you gonna build that
I'll
shit
take
up
that.
I'm
and
about
walk
to say, you
away
know how black
from
folks
it?
are. You can't just start something
it's
and
cool.
stop.
What the
Nah,
fuck?
Me and my brother here.
Okay, we're gonna work it
you
out
know- you know what I
offline. We're gonna
need?
go offline and handle that.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
He owe you a t-shirt or something, man? Is
That's
that what it is?
cool.
Yeah.
I need to get
I
a
gotta,
hoodie.
I gotta connect
Shit.
with him. Yeah.
We gotta beat out in the
I
parking
need
lot.
that red and silver joint that grandfather clock be rocking, man.
Absolutely.
That's
Shout
what
out
I
to
need.
Grandfather Clock,
Yes,
Quantum Leap
indeed.
Radio Zone.
Yes, indeed.
Thank y'all
man.
for providing the platform, man. That's much appreciated, man. When people appreciate the music and you provide platforms
Yes.
for us to reach other people, man. So we don't take that for granted at all.
Well, thank
Man,
you.
word.
We
Thanks
appreciate
for
that.
coming by.
It's quid pro quo around here, man. We can't do it without y'all, and you know this is y'all y'all embody the spirit of what we need to push this shit out. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Shout out to the North Side, man. Y'all
Yes,
been
sir.
reminiscing on Side. Me and Sav from the North Side. I just want to throw that out there.
That's how you feel?
Yeah.
Big up to Studewood.
Yeah.
I
just
have
wanna
to
throw
listen
that
to
out there.
Northside Brotherhood all day, every day. Can I bond with
mean,
a fellow
you know,
Southsider for once in my
we
life?
are-
I'm
we
saying,
here.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
back out of this one. 'Cause
Yeah,
I have
it's
no
just-
dog
I'm
in
half,
this fight.
Yeah.
I'm half Scorpio, so I November
Okay, there we
22nd, so I'm on the
all
Sagittarian
right.
Scorpio tip. So yeah, we here. We here,
Yeah, I
man.
ain't want to start no civil war. I just want to throw that out there for the listeners.
We appreciate it. Hey, man, it's all Houston.
Yeah,
It's
that's
all Houston, man. So once again, I appreciate you all, and I want to make sure for those that are listening right there in their car, on SoundCloud, or shit, they're at the house watching this on Apple TV.
Right.
Let them know once again where not only they can reach you all, but where they can get all the merchandise, anything that's on vinyl, any piece of anything stamped with the HUE. Where can they get that shit at?
So we got a few places. So make sure on all of your social media outlets, go to @TheHueLife, TheHueLife. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Look us up. And then we have our own individual sites. You got TrillQueen.com
Nice.
for Alicia Miles. You got PeaceOfMind.com, which is the label, the umbrella that we all we ride under or whatever. So, and then we got our own individual pages. I got @Sav.
At Equality Hue.
Natural Queen Alicia.
There it is. There it fucking is. I'm just excited. I feel like this is the beginning of the interview, and I know we got to shut this shit down. but once again, I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts here at That Boom Bap, because y'all have truly put forward the grind that's necessary, and y'all are paying it forward with these festivals and continue to put forward out with these concerts and everything that people need, not just to be tied to the music, but to be truly tied to the art.
Yep.
And that is what's important.
Yeah.
That is what that shit is. So,
Yo.
my God,
Yeah.
this has been another great ass episode, bro.
I'm so happy to be off vacation.
I'm just happy to be. I mean, hey man, I'm just happy to be around
You
great
New York
people.
kid, right?
Absolutely.
What part of New York?
Long Island.
Okay, LI.
Yeah. Shout out to Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, where all my family is at, all over the place.
De La Soul.
I'm not talking about the Bronx. That's how
Yeah,
you feel?
I'm a De La Soul, EPMD,
Yeah,
Public
Rakim.
Enemy,
He from Long
Rakim.
Island too, yeah.
Man, don't get me started. MF Doom.
Yeah, we had to give you some love, man. We've been talking
Absolutely.
about North Side, South Side.
Absolutely.
He all right.
Thank you. I
He-
appreciate that.
we get
Rock,
enough
Rock
love. Shit.
Marciano, I see
Yeah,
your
all right.
family.
We gonna keep this
Hempstead
home.
in the
But,
building.
but straight up though, we got to get New York back on that New York though. Like,
Oh, yo,
yeah.
That's a
Y'all
whole nother show.
Yeah.
Shit.
we ain't got time tonight.
Okay. You're back on that New York shit.
Nah, we good, man.
Okay.
We
It's
in
coming
good
back.
shape. Nah.
okay.
You know, I started this whole conversation by saying how producers, right? We
Yes, we
need
did.
producers to, you know, level up with these rappers, and
For sure.
unfortunately, we need rappers to level up themselves. But you know, at the end of the day, for the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, you know, I think we're doing real well
Mm-hmm. It's always
in
the
comparison
mentor, man. We know that.
to other,
Oh, yeah.
other
we pay
years that
homage
we've
and
had.
respect.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
hey, man,
absolutely.
That Boom Bap was created by DJ Premier, who came from Waller or Prairie View.
You know what? We gonna let you live
know.
with that because before DJ Premier we had DJ Red Alert.
Yeah,
prior
but I'm
to that.
Yeah, yeah,
or
definitely,
the
definitely.
Bomb Squad prior. To
Yeah,
that,
but I'm just saying
that's a whole
the mascot of the Boom Bap. To us.
I'm riding with E on this one.
It's Primo. And
You kind of outnumbered.
I went to PD, man. His dad.
I'm gonna give it to Eric Sherman. I'm gonna give it to Eric Sherman. In my opinion, absolutely from the aisle. But as far as I'm concerned, Eric Sherman will always be the Dr. Dre of the East Coast to me.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Still a monster behind the bullet.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Word.
Good sir.
My guy.
Let the people know where they can reach you at, my
Are we
G.
gonna do this next week?
Of course we are.
You sure?
Yeah. Damn, am I not? We'll talk about it. I don't know. I need to check the calendar. Fuck, am I here?
I don't see my brother no more.
I don't know.
But yo, hit me up at Kareem.Sean. Don't forget the dot. My dot is popping. My Sean is SHON. That's on Facebook. No. Yep, on Facebook there
No
too.
Yoshi.
IG there too. You know, I got problems, B. You know, I'm here to be happy right now.
There it is.
Outside of here, I got shit to do. Twitter is Reem Boom Bap. Holla at me, I holla back. And you know, y'all been blessed this evening. Man. Whenever you get a chance to listen or rock with this, you know, it is what it is. G.
Indeed. Of course, you can reach me anywhere online, folks. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Ashley Madison, Pornhub.com, at G Hawkins.
Freeze.
That's G Hawkins with a Z.
He ain't lying.
Now, remember, if y'all have any questions about what we do here on the show, shoot us an email, boombap@thesphere.tv, or across any social media platform @thesphere.tv. Use our coveted hashtag, That Boom Bap, and we'll be damn sure to get right back with you. And remember, if we don't tell y'all shit else, rap minus lies
equals hip hop.
And that's That Boom Bap.
Yep.
We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.